Have you seen this candle that Bitcoin just printed? There is a tornado warning coming. You can see the other times Bitcoin has printed these candles. It gets really interesting really quickly, and we are about to break it down. I got to start with there are 4 days left. Our courses have the largest discount they've ever had in 6 years, a ridiculous 75% off, but the clock is ticking. There's only 4 days left. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com right now. You're going to get exactly when to buy and when to sell with my courses. You're going to have way more free time with my courses. You're going to make extra income with my courses, and you're going to make 5 times more in this bull run with my courses. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. The clock is ticking. There's only 4 days left. You do not want to miss out. This is the best opportunity you've ever had. If you say to me, oh, Steve, your courses are expensive. Yeah, I agree. They are expensive, and they'll take about 10 minutes per day, but you won't find anything even close to the quality and the results. In life, you get what you pay for. You can go out and take cheaper courses, and you're going to eventually come back and take it with me, because you're not going to get what you need. You're not going to have that dominant strategy. Things are not going to be clear, and you're going to keep getting the same results. I want to see you turn it around. Imagine 5 times more money sitting in front of you. What's holding you back? Go to sign up. I'm going to help you make 5 times more in this bull run following my strategies. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Go there before it's too late. Now, let's jump into this video. We're on the Bitcoin US dollar index, and we're on the 6-month chart. Each candle represents 6 months of price action. This is where things get really interesting. I'm going to show you this candle that we just printed, and we're going to compare it to this indicator to see what we can look at and compare and contrast to look for dominant moves in the market. I mean, huge moves coming into the market. Now, if we rewind ourselves all the way to 15, where Bitcoin had all of these red candles print, and then we printed this particular green candle. Do you know what this candle is? This candle is a bullish engulfing candle, which by definition means that the prior candle has to be red, which it is, and the green candle that prints has to have a bigger body than that prior red candle. All of those things are true, then you have a bullish engulfing candle. And this was a bullish engulfing candle, which represents a major move in the market, which means that that momentum has shifted to the upside. And you can see what happened in price after that. I mean, we were off to the races, right? Now, if you look at what Bitcoin just printed, it's a bullish engulfing candle. I mean, there's no way around it. The prior candle's red, yes. Is this candle green? Yes. Is the body of this candle bigger than the prior one? Yes. We just printed a bullish engulfing candle, just like we did back in 2015, which, by the way, this candle in 2015 was the start of that phase 1 of the bull. This candle is also the start of phase 1 of the bull. Sound familiar? I keep saying that we're repeating the 2015 fractal patterns, but here's where it gets really interesting. If you rewind the clock back to here, this was a bearish engulfing candle. What does that mean? The prior candle has to be green, which it is. This candle has to be red, which it is. This candle that printed has to have a bigger body than the prior green body, which it did. This was a bearish engulfing candle, and you see what happened to the market. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's take this scenario of the bearish engulfing, right around this kind of January 22 area, and we're going to compare it to the super trend. The super trend is a phenomenal indicator. You can get it right here by clicking on your indicators and type in super trend. And right now we're on the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart with the super trend, we talked about how this bearish engulfing candle printed in January. Whenever you get one of these kind of candles, it tells you like a major move in the market. You want to look for confluence in the market with another chart or 2 or 3. So you come over here and you say, okay, in January, we got a huge sell signal in this super trend indicator, which, by the way, we hadn't gotten a sell for a few years prior to that back in 2020. We just came off of a long buy signal, and we just printed a sell signal. So if you're looking at a market and you say, we just printed a 6-month bearish engulfing candle, and on top of that, the super trend is printing a sell the first time in multiple years, what do you think you should do? Get the hell out of the way. I mean, back then the market went up to 48,000, and you know the history of what happened since then. But if you watch our channel, at 48,000 is when we called the mega crash by using another one of our cheat codes with confluence. But again, this is back in January. So we had a bearish engulfing candle and a sell signal, and we stayed red in this indicator for 364 days. A year, we stayed red. And what Bitcoin has just done is the exact opposite. Back then, we printed a bearish engulfing candle and it had 365 days of red. We just printed a bullish engulfing candle. So are we going to have 365 days of green? Well, so far we had this print back in January, which we made a video about it right here. And we said, look, men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. It's time to be in Bitcoin. And that's when Bitcoin was at roughly $22,000 back in January, right? And you can see this candle printed in January, right? This was the close of that candle. We're inside of this candle now. We still have months to go, but this candle was a bullish engulfing candle. Are we going to have 365 days of green? So far, we have had 182 days of green. So basically, are we going to have another 180 days of green? The answers are looking very, very clear. But again, when you look at this, there are going to be some false signals, right? And then we'll get to what I think is going to happen. Let's cover the false signals, and then we'll cover what I believe is going to happen. With bullish engulfing candles, bearish engulfing candles, you want to look for confluence, because just acting on those alone is not going to get you very far. But are there possibilities where bearish engulfing candles are false signals or bullish engulfing candles are false signals? It happens all the time. Case in point right here. January 2019. We had this bullish engulfing candle print, but we ended up coming crashing down. We were met with heavy resistance at our prior market structure. Look at this body here. Look at this body here. That's where we wicked up to and got some resistance. That's also where we wicked up to in this candle and got some resistance. Exactly at the body of here. Charts are so clear when you know how to read them. Charting is kind of like a different language, right? If you know a different language and you can speak it, you can communicate it. When you know the language of charts, it will unlock your whole future. There's a lot of money to be made if you know what to do and when to do, how to minimize risks and maximize reward, which is very, very difficult. There's a reason over 90% of traders fail. There's a reason for that. It's very, very difficult to do it. But if you have a dominant strategy that you know how to avoid emotion, which is what I teach in my courses, then you can really make some noise. But let's break it down. This is a bullish engulfing candle. There's no denying it. The prior candle's red? Yes. This candle's green? Yes. This candle's body is bigger than the prior? Yes. Here's where it gets interesting, because when we compare that to here, we had signals in the market that were contradicting, right? This is a bullish engulfing candle that printed in January. It seems to be a lot of things happening in January with these candles having a significant impact, especially the January candles that are early on in the cycle, right after a bear market. You can see right after a bear market here, right after a bear market here, and right after a bear market here. So let's look at the January 19 area. So January 19 area, we had this happen into the market. The market was just coming out of a bear market, and that candle printed, and then we printed the buy. But here's where it gets interesting, because we actually printed the sell signal here. So when you look at the confluence in the market and you can say, okay, not every single bullish engulfing candle is going to go up. Not every single bearish engulfing candle is going to go down. That's not how things work. But it's incredibly noteworthy material that we just printed hot off the press, a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly coming out of a bear market. Okay? We did precisely the same thing in 2015. We've been comparing those fractal patterns for probably about a year now. And this is probably my favorite comparison. Top of the market here, incredibly far down, downfall, 3 red candles in a row on 6-month charts, and then we finally print a bullish engulfing candle, turning the corner, putting that momentum back to the upside. We just had some turmoil coming from 70,000, falling all the way down to the 15,000 area, and then printing a bullish engulfing candle. There's no way to look at this and say, oh, this is bad news, especially when you compare the fact that 180 days ago, we printed green here. So things are looking good for Bitcoin. Now, what do I think is going to happen? What I think is going to happen is that this candle is not the thing that's going to make or break Bitcoin. In the prior charts, which I showed you a few days ago, this one is more important in terms of the minute details of the day-to-day movement of Bitcoin and if we're in trouble. If we break this red line and hold it as resistance, we're in trouble. We're going to fall to the green line. If we don't break this red line and hold it as resistance, we're looking good, and we could be in the formation of an ascending triangle. It's just more fire to put in front of us. This bullish engulfing candle only helps Bitcoin. It's backed up by the fact that 180 days of green. And I think it's very interesting and noteworthy material that at the top of the market, we printed a bearish engulfing candle and backed it up with this signal for 365 days of red. And we're doing the exact opposite of the bottom of the market, having a bullish engulfing candle and so far 180 days of green. So I like what I see. We will continue to monitor it. There's only 4 days left. Don't mess around anymore. You've been thinking and sign up to the courses for a long time. And if you're thinking that, oh, let me just make some more profits and sign up later, you're going to get burned. If you put your foot down and sign up now, you will make 5 times more in this bull run than just doing whatever your plan was initially. So do you want to make 5 times more money? That's what it comes down to. Invest in yourself, invest in your education. My courses will be knowledge you can use for the rest of your life. You can use my strategy in the stock market. You can use it in Forex. You can use it in bonds, ETFs, etc. This is knowledge, 20 plus years of knowledge condensed down. You can pass this knowledge on to your kids. This is lifelong knowledge. This is a serious change in your life, which is what you've been wanting. It's what you've been waiting for. You want more free time. My courses will give you that. You want extra streams of income. My courses will give you that. You want to know when to buy and when to sell. My courses will give you that. All these problems solved, and you have access to me whenever you have any question about trading, chart setup, a pattern. You don't have anybody to ask that to now. There is no place for you to go to get solid answers from somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. You don't have that. And you have questions all the time. Oh my God, am I doing this right? Is this set up right? Should I be buying now? Should I be selling? You have all of these questions. You'll have access to me via email 365 days a year, any time of the day. That is priceless. So cryptocrewuniversity.com, clock is ticking. I'll see you right back here in the next video.
I was just investing my money, throwing it into the abyss.
That's a pretty good amount of money.
I was losing bad.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
I realized that I definitely didn't know enough.
I decided to start taking his classes.
And now with Steve's plan, I'm up 32,000.
It was just a totally different experience for me.
What I spent on the course times 3.
I've been staying disciplined.
And you learn to do it without emotion.
I'm appreciative for this course. It really works.
Don't be scared. Take the leap. Do the courses. It is amazing. It'll change your life. It changed mine.